Hi everyone, welcome to Sazi24. Today I'm going to be playing Minecraft in the new experimental features for Bedrock Edition, and I'm going to be exploring the Warden and the new ancient cities along with all the other things of the 1.19 update. So this has been on Java for a while where you can experiment with the new features, but it has recently come to Bedrock in the new 1.18.30. So, without further ado, let's create a new world, like this, and let's call it Warden, because that's exactly what we're going to be doing in this video. Warden. That's good. Now, I'm uploading videos to YouTube, and this is how I'm recording them. So if you want early access to videos that I'm going to upload to Sazi24, which is my video on my channel on YouTube, you should follow me on Twitch so you can get everything before it comes out. So I'm going to be going creative mode because we're going to be using commands to try and find the ancient city, and let's just do easy. So turn off starting map, show coordinates so we know where we're going, and most importantly turn on the wild update. So you have to do that if you want to be able to use these experiments. Now, let's go create, and let's go. Now, I know that Minecraft has been around for a while and it has advanced much more throughout the years, and this is one of the biggest updates in my opinion, because there is so much to know in this update according to the ancient cities and the Warden. Because the Warden is so powerful, it's going to be tricky to destroy it, and it's going to be a bit of a mystery to what that portal is in the ancient cities. And also the game-changing features like the boat in the chest in the boat, and also different frogs. Looks like we're spawning in like this snowy dark oak place. It's not called that, but we got a ice biome over here, and it's looking pretty nice. So what we're going to do, we're going to use commands, and we're going to go /locate. Now, this is really good because we can find any structure in the game and the nearest one of that kind. So we're going to go ancient city. Ancient city. So since this is a structure, we can find it easily instead of being a biome. So it's loading now, and it's at negative 1400, and then the last one's 2440. So this will never, well, not in my testing, but it's never spawned near world spawn before the ancient city. So if we go to negative 1440 this way, it's not that way, it's this way. We will eventually get there. So if you're in normal survival Minecraft, this is going to be a bit trickier to find, but most players will probably not wanting to be finding this thing. They'll probably be stumbling across it, because the Warden, as I said before, is a very dangerous mob and can one-hit a lot of things, and has a lot of health, so much health, and it's very, very, very dangerous because of its sense of smell and hearing. Most mobs can see you, so you can just put blocks in front of you so they can't see you. But with this mob, they can hear you, and there's all skulk sensors and everything to help them locate where you are. And the Warden can actually move pretty fast as well. Okay, we're nearly there at the first coordinate now, and then we'll go to the second coordinate after that. Okay, 1400, negative 1400, we're nearly there. Here we are, so it's 1440. There we are. So now it's 2440 this way. Let's do this. Hopefully it's not under an ocean, because it's going to be really annoying. Okay, we've come to an island here. Now, we're going to be looking at the allay and frogs and boats with chests, as I said before, as well. So stay tuned if you want to have a look at those new things in the update as well, because they are going to be game changers. Because with the allay's ability to transfer objects to different places, and also the boat with chest, you can just transfer any stuff you want around the place via the water. It's one of the most wanted features, and it's finally coming to Minecraft. So we're nearly there. Well, really not really there yet, but it's in the 2000s. Man, why are my eyes? There we go. The reason why I'm looking at this is because I've been going the wrong way. We're meant to be going this way. That really annoys me. Really annoys me. Anyway, let's keep going along here. So, Minecraft has basically had normal mobs like the zombies and the skeletons, which are annoyance, and you can just easily overcome them. Then they've had the bosses, which have been like the Wither and the Ender Dragon. Now, the Warden is very powerful. It's probably as powerful as those, maybe even better. But hopefully it has a boss bar as well, because that would be really cool to see a third boss in Minecraft. One very mysterious thing is about the portal frame. What does it mean and where does it lead to? Through my testing and what I've sort of pitched an idea, I've actually found that there are some links between the Nether as well. So we should probably have a look at that. This is an endless ocean. Oh, okay. We found land. Who else doesn't like birch? Birch, like, without having the stripped logs or being turned into planks, it's literally... you can't live with it. It's seriously, it doesn't look good at all. Okay. Oh, there's a big hole there. Okay, so hopefully we will be finding the ancient cities with the right landmarks, because different ancient cities can spawn with different things in it. There are certain parts of different structures, like say a village. In a village in Minecraft, a village is a structure, but there are different parts of a village that make up the village, like the different types of houses, the wells, the barns, all that sort of stuff. So we're nearly there now. We've only got, I think, over 500 blocks to travel. Oh, so yeah, as you can see, it's a long way away from spawn. You'll probably stumble across it if you're getting pretty high up in terms of wealth in Minecraft. And you probably better have some good armor when you go into this ancient cities, because there's basically no way to escape the Warden. Oh look, it's a village. Nice. Like, as I said, they have the crops as parts of the structures. They have like the churches, they have the houses, the wells. They have many different parts of it. Okay, 2440. Nearly there, guys, nearly. 2440. This is a big mountain. Look how big this is. Crazy. 2440. That's pretty good. Now, negative 1400. Okay. So just go this way a bit. And that's it. That's it. This is the spot where we're going to be going down and going to find the Warden. Okay, we're going as fast as we can. The deep dark cities, the ancient cities, they spawn under level 0. Look, geode. Look at this. Here we are in all its glory. Seriously. The ancient cities. Look at this place. It's crazy. Now, through everything that I've tried, every ancient city has this walkway. It looks like some sort of ritual thing where, like, you walk up the stairs and into the portal. Also, with most of my testing, there's been a block missing in the portal, but this portal looks like it's complete, which is a bit weird. I don't know what's happened with these portals, because with some other of my tests, I'm not sure how you're meant to get the reinforced deep slate. This stuff's reinforced deep slate. Look, if you take a look at this deep slate, like normal deep slate, it's sort of like a blocky sort of texture with like just black and grey. But reinforced deep slate has something else. It has this like green, blue tinge to it, and it has these little like reinforcement things. This is the only portal I've seen that's been complete. There's always been one missing in my other tests, but this is pretty cool. Mojang haven't added a way to light it yet, and they don't. I'm not sure if they even know where it's meant to go yet. One thing that links to the Nether is the soul sand down here. Now, the soul sand is burning. Most of it's burning here, which indicates that the soul fire is something to do with this place. And there's also over here, as you can see, is also some soul sand burning as well to make the blue fire. So I'm not sure if this has something to do with the Nether and the soul thing. Also, my other tests with the Warden, I've seen something very, very prestigious that links it to like this whole soul thing. So let's take a look at the ancient cities first, and then we'll have a look at the Warden itself, and basically how to escape it. So we've talked about the main attraction, the portal. It actually is shaped like a warden. It has ears there. It has these deep slate bricks, and then it has the reinforced deep slate, the portal part, as its mouth. And we've also got these little pillars here with sculk sensors filled with water. I'm not sure what that's meant to do. And they've also got redstone lamps there. They got a lot of candles throughout this place, maybe to like give a little light a bit more. They've also got all these soul lanterns. There's so many of them everywhere. Now, first thing we're going to have a look at is these pathways. Now, these pathways are made of wool. And wool can't be detected. If you're walking normally, wool can't be detected by sculk sensors. Now, of course, there are other hostile mobs down here that are making the sculk sensors activate, but wool can stop any sounds. So you might want to have wool when you come down here. Maybe don't destroy the wall here in case you need to come back and walk around without having the warden detect you. But those are what the pathways are, and they're basically like a pathway wall that goes all the way around the ancient cities, which is pretty cool. Now we've actually got these big pillars here that actually are a bit bigger at the top here, and they sort of go down, and they've got these soul lanterns attached to them. Now, I'm not sure what these are supposed to be, but they go all the way to the portal itself, next to this big walkway here. Now we're going to have a look at some the other things in this place. Also, another thing is this. It's meant to be a warden face, according to Mojang, but it seriously doesn't look like a warden face at all. This area, ooh, the Skulk Shrieker. Now, here we go. The darkness. The darkness effect is very creepy when you're in the deep dark. If you ever see the darkness effect, that means you've triggered a skulk sensor that's communicated to a Skulk Shrieker. I'm going to show you what these blocks, all of it, like the skulk blocks, do in a minute. First of all, I'm going to show you what you can find inside the chests. You can find enchanting books, candles, you can find bones, rotten flesh, lots of different things. But if I can find it somewhere that's not here, there's one key thing I want to show you that you can find in these chests. Let me try and find it. Let's have a look. Let's see if there's any chests around here. There's one here. Let's see if you can... Yep, snowballs. And there's also potions as well, but snowballs is what I want to talk about. The reason why snowballs are down here, you might be thinking like, why are there snowballs here? This is a huge, big, ancient city. The reason why there's snowballs here is because, as you probably know, the warden is just very sensitive for hearing. It can't see at all, so it needs to hear you to be able to try and capture you. So what you can do, you can use these snowballs, and of course when projectiles land they make a sound, and snowballs are the same. When they land they make a sound, and if it's near a skulk sensor or near the warden itself, it'll think there's something over there. But one thing does make this plan not work. it's the ability for the Warden to smell things. Now, the Warden has an animation when it's sniffing, and it's very loud as well. It sniffs quite heavily, but it's smelling out things nearby. So if it can't hear anything, it'll try and sniff, and that's its secondary sense that it'll use to try and find you. Now, not all ancient cities have this, but there is a little thing in some ancient cities that I want to show you. And if it's not here, I will just talk about it instead. There's a little area here. There's this. Oh yeah, so there's another one of these areas with like the Warden face and the two fires burning there. That's another part of this place. I'm not sure this one has it, but there is a thing called the mini portal. Oh, look, there's a geode here. There's a thing called the mini portal, and this portal is basically a miniature version of this portal. And this, it doesn't activate, it doesn't have any reinforced deep slate, but it does look a bit like the Warden face. So I'm not sure why, like whoever built this, maybe the ancient builders, like some of the theories about Minecraft lore and history, they built this place. I'm not sure why they might have built another replica of the portal if it's already here in its full glory. Maybe they have to trying to do something with that. So also, I don't think this has come to Bedrock yet. But there is a new enchantment that you can find only in chests in the deep dark loot, and that is Swift Sneak. Now, what this is it's basically when you're sneaking, when you're crouching and you're moving, you go pretty slow, right? And sneaking is a good way to try and get the Warden not to hear you, but you go very slowly so it can just sniff you out and get you very fast. But Swift Sneak is an enchantment where even when you're sneaking you can go at certain speeds, and I'm pretty sure there's different levels of it as well. So then you'll be able to get a higher one and go faster. Now, basically, I'm going to talk about the blocks now. Oh, actually, no. I found the portal. I found the mini portal. See? This is meant to be the replica of the mini portal. There's meant to be like the stairs up to the portal that says ears there. That's what it's called in the Java game files, the miniature portal. Now I'm going to talk about the skulk blocks, the different blocks. So if we open up the inventory here, of course you can't do this in survival, but I'm going to show you how to do it here. I'm going to put all these in my inventory. First of all, we've got the skulk block. So this generates naturally, of course, in the deep dark. But also, when a mob dies near this block, the skulk catalyst, if a mob dies near it, it'll turn the block next to it and a few other blocks around it into skulk blocks and also skulk veins. And you can mine skulk blocks to get a bit of XP. And that's what a skulk catalyst does, and that's how these two are made. We've also got the skulk shrieker. Now this is probably one of the most dangerous ones. You got to watch out for these because these basically trigger the Warden to come. We got the skulk sensor, and that basically triggers this. Skulk sensor will hear any sounds that happens, and it'll make a little noise, and if there's a skulk shrieker nearby, it will output that. It'll send a signal to that skulk shrieker telling it that it's heard noise. The skulk shrieker, as you saw before, will put out like a little wave upwards that will basically create darkness for a few seconds, and it'll have one little heartbeat sound resembling the Warden's one. If you walk around enough, the Warden will literally come up and it'll basically start roaring and attacking things. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to now get the Warden to come up from the ground. So these areas here, the areas next to this footpath here, is probably the best place to do this, because it has a lot of skulk shriekers around and a lot of skulk sensors. So guys, the Warden is very loud. If you don't like loud stuff, maybe turn it down a bit, but here we go. Okay. The skulk shrieker is going off. Here we go. It's feeling it. Ooh. We might trigger it in a minute. It's about to come, guys. It's about to come. I can feel it. There it is. The Warden. Here it is. Whoa. That's crazy. There it is smelling. See? It was sniffing. Okay. That's its heart in the middle there. At the moment, it's beating very quietly. It's beating very quietly at the moment. And let me just quickly get a night vision potion so we can see it easy. Of course, you'll have to get this in survival by yourself. But it's very creepy mob. And it creates this very weird thing where all the blocks just start pulsing this weird blue, like, light stuff. Okay, it's sniffing. Okay. So when its heart's beating very slowly, it's not angry as much, but it'll get angry, it'll start beeping. It'll start beating really fast. It just went back underground. That's not exactly what I wanted to show, so I'm going to try and summon it again. So I'm going to walk around a bit. There's an Enderman. Here it is. Have a look there. Have a look at its hearts. They look like the same particles that come up from soul sand when you walk on them with soul speed. That is a very... That adds a lot to like what we think about the Warden. As you can see, it has very big ears, and they can actually talk to these skull sensors here. See, and that's him smelling again there. So as you can see, he is going. We're gonna switch it to a normal, I think. His heart's beating pretty slowly because he's not that angry. So we're going to make more mobs spawn, and if he sees other mobs around, he will try and... Well, not if he sees them, but if he can hear them. Yeah, there he goes again. So, that's basically the Warden. The Warden is basically has a lot of features like most Minecraft mobs, but there is one differentiator. I don't know if I said that right, but let's just go along with it. There was one key thing that differs it from other mobs, and that's its ears. Most mobs don't have ears, and the Warden is the only one. Or is it? I think this is a theory, but there might be another mob with ears. So, just before I try and tell you, there is in the patch notes of different updates, in the recent ones of 1.17 when the axolotl was released, it said in the galactic alphabet language, like the one of the enchanting table, it says the axolotls are not what they seem. And in the ones of 1.19 it says the Warden is not what it seems. So that could mean something. The Warden has pretty big ears. There's no mistake that there actually is. But let me quickly spawn an axolotl in and I'll show you what I'm trying to talk about. There we are. And the axolotls are the pink ones somewhere. There we go. Now, have a look at that. Just make so look at that. Ears on top of its head. They could be antennae. I'm not sure about real life, but they look a bit like ears. Don't you think? If that's true, they have some connection to the Warden. That could mean that they have some connection to the Warden, which is very disturbing, creepy matter, but because axolotls are pretty cute mobs in Minecraft. But they do also spawn underground, so there could be something to do with that. That's basically all I have to say about the Deep Dark, but we're going to go back up to the surface. I'm going to show you different things about the allay and the frogs now. So, it's probably going to be a long way up, because As you saw before, it was a long way down. Mountains can spawn extremely high in these Minecraft days now. Yeah, we're already past 100. We're nearly up there. Yep, okay. We're at the top of that mountain. That's crazy. Look how big these are. Anyway, let's go to this field over here. And I'm going to show you frogs. Actually, let's go down to near some water. There's water down here. That's cool. Let's go. Okay. Now, I want to show you some things about frogs. Now, frogs were just introduced, and they are now in the same experimental update as the Warden, and we can actually spawn them in with spawn eggs, or they can naturally spawn in the mangrove swamps. Now, I think frogs are here somewhere. Yep, there they are. That's a frog, and tadpoles as well, which are basically, you know what tadpoles are, baby frogs. Everyone knows that. Anyway, this is a frog. And frogs aren't always just this colour. They can be white as well. It's temperature dependent. So that if they're in certain different biomes, like if they're in like a normal biome, like a cooler biome where they usually are, they will be like this orangey colour here. But if they're in like hot biomes like the desert or mesa or savanna, they'll be a white colour. So they are biome and temperature dependent. And as you can see, they can jump pretty high and they're pretty cool. And also this is the tadpole. So this will eventually grow into a frog. And also, this thing here, this is frog spawn. So basically you'll find this in mangrove swamps. And they'll be on top of the water. You go straight through them. I'm not sure about survival, but you just go straight through them in creative. But they will eventually spawn tadpoles. And we've also got these things called frog lights, which are a bit weird. I don't actually know what they're meant to be, but they are pretty good at lighting places up, and they are very nice decorations. So let's go up here and have a look at them both. All three of them. We've got this one. This is called the pearlescent frog light, and it sort of has a purple tinge to it on the corners. We've got the verdant frog light, which is like a green one, and we've got the orc, or however you pronounce it, frog light, and it's like a yellow one. And as you can see, they look very nice with each other, and they would be very nice in some builds. Now, how you get these, a frog will actually have to catch a mob in its mouth. I'm not sure which mob, but in the chat, if you know which one it is, if you have a computer near you that you can search it up, frogs can actually catch mobs in their mouth. I think it might be phantoms, I'm not sure, but I think that's how you get these lights. Now, I'm going to show you about the allay now. The allay is very useful, but at the moment can only be found in pillager outposts locked up or in mansions, which is a bit weird. It's iron golems are the only other mob that are in there, in the pillager outposts, but I'll just show you by spawning one in now. So, they have this cool spawn egg here. Of course, Minecraft, Mojang has to differ all these spawn eggs from each other in terms of colour. Look at this. The bee and the ocelot, they look basically the same, so, you know. The allay sort of is just blue, basically different shades. And if we spawn it, there it is. It's a nice little creature. And I don't know where it's gone. It must have gone down here or something. Anyway, well, there it is. I can't hear it making any sounds. But you know, you actually can't hit an allay. You can't, or even if you do hit it, it won't take damage. You can't throw splash potions. You only kill it with commands at the moment, I'm pretty sure. I think in creative you can just hit it. Or maybe that's in Java. I want to show you how axolotls work. So, I'll grab a note block here. Note blocks are very cool, and they can be used, if they're placed on any block, they can be used to play different sounds of music. It doesn't matter which block in this case, but the allay can do something pretty cool. So, say maybe I'll just say lapis. I've got 64 lapis. I said I have 64. Is that? No, it's not putting lapis in my inventory. Okay, I'll just do stripped acacia wood. Random, but anyway. Spawn allay and then put the note block and play it. And the allay, as you can see, it fires out a little signal to the allay, and the allay is now paired. You can say paired or something with the block. And you can actually give the allay a block like this, or an item. Sometimes it's a bit trickier. There we go. It has the stripped acacia wood. Now, if I drop any stripped acacia wood near it, it'll go and pick it up, and it'll throw it right on the note block. Now, this will work much better with other blocks that I can actually get 64 of. Let's just try another one. Lapis lazuli. Now I can finally get 64 of it. I'll do that and give it lapis. There we go. It's got lapis now. I paired it with it. There we go. Before we do that, I'm going to grab some hoppers. Now the good thing about allays is they can drop items on the note block that match their sort that they've got in their hand. This can be really useful for item sorting systems. So let's grab a hopper here, right down the bottom here. Hopper, and let's put some here. So what we're going to do actually before that, we're going to grab a chest for all the items to go into. Let's grab that. Now, put the chest here, and we're going to have the hopper go into the chest and another one go into there. Going to have another one go into there, and then we're just going to make like a little ring around the hopper. Sorry, the note block. And this will make sure that the allay's item will always be caught inside it. So basically, the allay will actually drop stuff on the note block, so we don't want it to sit on top of the note. We want it to go inside the hoppers. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump, shift, and then put one on there. There we go. And then we're going to put one facing this. Move, please. Face one that way. So now, I just realised that this is not going into the chest. Now it's going into the chest. We've got a little system. Now, I will spread lapis lazuli across the place. Here. Doesn't matter how far away, but this thing will pick it up. Doesn't matter how far away it is. This guy will always pick it up, and he will return it all the way over to the hopper. Are you ready? He's coming back soon. Okay, he's coming back. Now that was a bit weird. He didn't drop it right. He dropped it to me. So, because I was so high up, I caught it before it hit the ground. But let's try that again. Here. Dude, have some of this. There he goes. So we just dropped all the items on there, and now they're all being collected by the hoppers. That worked perfectly, and look at all that. It's all coming in there. So this could work great if it's a huge hopper line, you want to transfer items over large distances. I mean, you could use water, but the allays are much cooler, seriously. Over large distances, you could use allays. So what you could do, you could just have a dispenser. The only thing with water is you have to build a manual item sorting system, which can take a lot of hoppers as well. Allays can do it for you, and it will reduce the number of hoppers you need. You can just have a dispenser that just spits out all the items you got from your mob farm, and then it'll just spit it out onto the ground. You can have allays that know different objects and put them in different places, and they'll just keep collecting them, and they can transfer them over 32 blocks distance, I'm pretty sure. They can transfer them to their own hoppers, and you only need a few hoppers going into chests that are the ones you need at the place where they have to drop them off. And that will save you a lot of iron, and you also have these cute little things flying around near you. There's one more thing, there's actually two more things, but one more important thing that I want to show, and that's also the boats with the chests. So if I go down to boats, boats. Here they are. Boats with chest. Now, This still has a doesn't have an actual name yet. It has item group name chessboat. Now, Minecraft Mojang probably accidentally forgot to add the data that would tell this item to actually be called chessboat. Instead, it just has the string of text. But we're just gonna spawn an oak boat with a chest in this ocean over here, this little lake. Now, that is amazing what you can do. You have a chest, and if you open your inventory, you can't open you open that and you can't do your inventory crafting, but you can see the boat with chest. Also, if you get out the boat, you can put another mob inside the boat. I'm not sure if the allay will work. It probably won't. No, it's just floating towards me. But in Java right now, you can actually right click on the boat if there's something inside it. Maybe you can, yep. You can sneak right click on the boat and you can see what's inside the chest. Or you can just go to your inventory inside the boat and you can get stuff out of the chest. And this is a lifesaver feature. Everyone's been wanting it, and Mojang finally added it. And it's also available in all the current boat options here, as you can see. All these. This is great. Now, there's one last thing I want to show you, and that's the new horns. I know, horns in Minecraft. I remember there were goat horns in 1.17. Goat horns never really did anything. But now they actually do stuff. And there are more horns than that even. So I'm going to grab the horns now. I can't remember where they are though. I think they're in this section. No, they're in this section. I have to search them up, don't I? Yep. Okay, horn. Hang on. I think I know what's going on. The horns are not here. The reason why the horns are not here is because we didn't turn on vanilla experiments. And it started raining. The perfect time. If we would have turned on vanilla experiments, it would have done that. So that shows that Mojang is working on that with vanilla experiments. They're not it doesn't actually say that they're going to add that in the final 1.19 thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to save and quit this world. I'm going to go into a previous world I've actually done that I've turned that on. So hopefully that'll work perfectly for us. Now, the goat horn, as I said before, didn't do anything in 1.17, but it does things now, and there's multiple different ones you can get. So if you get it from a goat, you can get it at random. It'll pick a random different one, and they all play different tunes. Not really tunes, they play sounds. And some of them actually are linked to other things in Minecraft. Like one of the sounds is from the pillager raids that you can actually play yourself with the goat horn if you get the right one. Okay, I'm nearly in, and I'm in. There we go. Now, let's have a look. I've got my old sorting system here with the allay. Let's go over here and let's grab the goat horns. I've already got them here, as you can see. And there's also got copper horns. So this goat horn is called free. Oh, he's given me some. Thanks, man. So the bit of the weird thing about that is that it's called free. Now, sorry, it's called feel. So feel, I'm not sure how that links to the pillagers, but it does somehow. And we've got a bunch of other sounds at the copper horns as well. So if I go down to the copper horns, I'm not sure what they're here. Goat horns, ponder. And that's it. And it has quite a long cooldown period there. So as you can see, these copper horns, you can craft them with copper and a goat horn. They actually cool down much faster than those goat horns there. And you've got actual good songs here. So you've got Secret Lake Tier. I'm not sure how they named them, but they did. Let's listen to them. Yeah, we got this one. Yeah, so as you can see, we got lots of different sounds, and they all cool down when you only play one of them. That's another thing. So I hope you enjoyed this live stream about the new Bedrock features of 1.19 experimental. Make sure if you want to get all these features, including the horns, you can turn on vanilla experiments as well as the wild update. And with that, I will see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in, and this video will be going to YouTube soon. Thanks, guys.